All right, Beer Night followers. This is the sports segment of our episode 10 of Beer Night.
Sports?
1 year anniversary.
Sports. You like sports, right?
Yeah, I'm into it, but I don't. It's not my thing. I'll watch it. I know what's going on, but I'm just not going to follow it.
Quit deflecting.
I'm just thinking we need more sports people on this show.
Look what Chris has to drink right
What's
now.
this?
It's
Dude, it's only got 100 calories.
Only 100 calories. Here you go.
Well, per serving. How many?
So
One serving.
One serving per can.
So Chris lost.
What flavor I got?
Chris lost a Super Bowl bet. So Chris picked the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl, and I bet him a White Claw. And he lost.
While he had
lost.
Tom Brady's dick firmly planted into his mouth.
That's fine because he is the GOAT.
Oh, stop
Oh,
it.
yeah. Stop. Number 7.
Okay, Skip.
Number
Okay,
7.
Skip Bayless. Okay.
You're watching this? You would like this.
What finger is he going to put that 7th ring on?
I don't know. Probably the middle finger.
Well, you know, he might put it on his little dick after you pull it out of your mouth, and he can probably fit it on
that works too. How about shut the fuck up and drink your White Claw?
Are we ready? Let's do it.
Wait.
What flavor I got here? Flavor tangerine. So you know what's funny? This is kind of a landmark moment because this is my first ever White Claw.
First ever.
First ever seltzer.
And
Hard seltzer?
Yeah.
And we've always talked shit on White Claws and seltzer.
Oh, listen to that.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Sounded like our Dega L's. So the noise is the same.
Fucking cold. It's cold in here in the garage.
It's a little chilly today.
Okay.
Tonight.
Where's my koozie?
So take a swig and see what you think.
You want me to just hit it right now?
Hit it right now. While we talk about the Chiefs losing.
Tangerine flavor. Tangerine. It turns out, you know what? It turns out that, you know what? It's kind of rough when you're facing a really good pass rush and, like, you know, 3/5 of your offensive line is out. You know, it turns out it's kind of rough.
Yeah. Well, you picked the fucking Chiefs.
Who knew?
So that's on you.
I picked them before they were out. Just FYI.
You should have said, I'm gonna wait to see
what happens.
Yeah,
because that works. That works. I'll wait till our next episode a month later, and then we'll make a Super Bowl bet after the Super Bowl's already over.
You could have literally waited a week before, or maybe like 5 days before. A couple days before the Super Bowl started.
Dumbass.
You picked the Chiefs.
We wouldn't have had an episode for us to make the bets.
It doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? They would know.
They don't know.
But on our episode when we actually made the bet?
Well, no. On our last episode, I had a hair versus hair bet, and you declined it.
Yeah, because I'm not stupid. Because otherwise I'd be shaving my beard right now. You know
shaving.
why? Because I'm not stupid.
And you lost. You lost anyway. Drink your fucking life.
Yeah. Anyway, the injuries happened after the bet. Just to be clear.
Okay, well,
and the COVID happened after the bet. Just to be clear. Just to be clear.
Sore loser, drink a beer.
No, I'm not sore loser. I'm
going to drink it. It's a hard
seltzer. Hey. Check yourself.
I gotta check mine. That's my bad.
Well, you wreck yourself.
Okay, it's not a beer.
Tangerine flavor. So what happened to mango? I thought you were doing mango.
No, you're doing tangerine. Drink the fuck.
I wanted to bring mango, but he told me to bring tangerine.
Drink it.
It's better than lemon though. Lemon is nasty.
You gotta drink it all too during this whole segment. So.
That's not happening.
Yeah.
So it tastes like flavored sparkling water. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
No.
Sparkling flavor.
You know what? You know what's kind of funny is it has a lot less flavor than I thought.
Yeah.
Like for the people that actually stick up for this shit, I was expecting more. Like it doesn't. It tastes like okay. It tastes like. Have you ever had like a club soda?
Yes.
It tastes like that, but with like a pinch of flavor.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Like a pinch of flavor. A pinch of tangerine.
Yeah. So that's all it is.
But I can't even taste the alcohol.
No.
Like you don't even taste. I mean, I can see if
maybe that's why people like it. They don't want to taste alcohol, so they taste.
I can see if you're a ninny, right?
Is there more?
Yeah. And you know,
okay.
And you don't want to taste what you're drinking, right? You just and you know, like a 14-year-old girl, right? You know, that just you want to get fucked up.
Yeah.
14 might be a little young. Let's say 16.
16. Okay.
I might have aimed a little low.
How old are you?
So like a high school party, right? When you go to a high school party, you remember when you're 16, 17, 18, you go to a high school party and the girls or your guy friends who are ninnies as well. Just they want to get fucked up. They want something with alcohol, but they want to taste it.
Well, of course.
That was Boone's Farm back in the day.
This is it. This is it right here. It's fucking. It's Perrier with a little bit of flavor.
That sounds good. Okay. Well, you want to talk about the Super Bowl at all? You want any comments? I know it's been like 2-3 weeks.
So my comment is that offensive line is important.
It sure is. Make sure you got
So for everybody who doesn't realize, and every once in a while put it out, it's Brady versus Mahomes.
Yeah.
No, it ain't. It's
Mahomes
offense versus defense, and then in particular the O-line versus the D-line. Because if you watch the game, Mahomes is running for his life.
He ran for almost 500 yards.
Yeah, 500 yards. Scrambling. Not forward. Scrambling side to side.
Yeah. He's fucking.
So, but even besides that, because he can scramble, he's a good scrambler. Mm-hmm. But when you watch the game and he drops back and the rush is immediately in his face to where he can't step up in the pocket to make a throw. Tom Brady, by the way, just to be clear, Tom Brady didn't have a great game.
Yeah.
He won the MVP.
Yeah.
He won the MVP because of 3 touchdown passes.
That's true.
That's it. But they have to score somehow. It's either going to be on a run or a touchdown pass. That's it. There's 2 ways, unless it's a defensive touchdown.
I think the defense should have won the MVP. The entire defense.
But it's one of those things where stats can lie a little bit. Now, he still played well. It's not like he played bad. He played well, but the 3 touchdown passes make it look like he had an amazing game. It's like, no, I mean, they had to score the touchdown somehow. It was either going to be a pass or a run.
2 with Gronk, 1 with
Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
And then they had rushing touchdown from Leonard Fournette. Yeah. But he threw for 200 yards. It's like
it's all right. It's not bad.
Let's take it easy. Not bad. I mean, this ain't 1980. This is the modern NFL when 350 yards is regular.
What did that give him? W.
Okay.
Gave him a W. Right? In the Super Bowl.
No, you just said it yourself. The defense gave him a W.
A little bit of both. Defense more, but yes.
Defense. The defense gave him a W because the Chiefs' offense had no chance.
That's true.
They had no chance in hell because every time Mahomes went to step up in the pocket, he had people in his face, and that's it. So you run around, and you know what? It's not just that. I mean, there's more to it than that. They dropped a lot of passes. Kelsey and Hill both dropped passes.
Fucking
Mahomes made. No, that's the thing. Mahomes did some things.
And it was accurate.
Mahomes did some things.
Accurate.
Yes,
he was very accurate.
Mahomes did some things where you're like, holy shit, this guy. Yeah. He's still trying to make it happen despite the fact he had no protection. And it just didn't work. It didn't work out. And congratulations to the Bucs, but you know what? It wasn't an even match to me. Like when you watched it, it wasn't an even match.
Was there any thing to that being you have a rookie quarterback in the Super Bowl and then you have a person who's been a Super Bowl?
So hold on.
Is there anything to that?
No, because for one, he's not a rookie.
No, he's at 4 or 5 years.
2, no, not that long. Calm down. But 2, he was the MVP 2 years ago of the entire league. Yeah. He was the Super Bowl. He was the Super Bowl MVP last year, and won the Super Bowl last year. Mm-hmm. So he's been there. He's fine. Yeah. And honestly, if you watch that game, he played really well. Like he tried his damnedest. None of that was young quarterback jitters. Nothing. No. He actually made it happen with what he was given. With what he was given was people in his face the whole time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's it. And he tried. It didn't work because they could not score. They got 3 field goals. They could not get in the end zone. The Bucs defense played out of their minds. Now it helped that the Chiefs offensive line was incredibly diminished. Yeah. But the Bucs defense still played really great. And they had the entire postseason. You know what? They had the entire season. Their Bucs defense has been really good the entire season. Yes. This is nothing new. They've had a good pass rush the entire season. You get into the Super Bowl, and you have 3 of the offensive linemen out, starting offensive linemen out. Now, the backups are serviceable. Otherwise, they wouldn't be there, right? They're still pros. They're still professionals, but they're playing against what amounts to the other best team in the NFC. You're not playing in a regular season game when your backups can get you through. You're playing against the other best team in the league. with a really good defense, and not just a good defense, but a really good pass rush. They've been able to rush 4 all year. This is nothing new. So your backups can get you through in the regular season. Your backup offensive line can get in, and Mahomes can win a game. You can do all right. It's not the regular season.
It's the fucking Super Bowl. Yeah, it happens, man.
It is.
COVID, injuries.
Did you guys have any bets, square bets, or anything like that?
Did you bet anything on money on the game?
No, I was betting money in previous weeks and in the regular season, but not in. I didn't bet anything on the Super Bowl. No.
You win anything on the season or the postseason?
Yeah, mostly on prop bets. Yeah. I'm just winning prop bets.
Steve, did you guys have anything going on?
I had nothing going on. No. Is Tom Brady the GOAT of quarterbacks in the NFL? Is he number 1? Now that he's won 7.
So it's funny that you bring that up.
I'm not saying is he the GOAT of all athletes, like in the NBA, NHL.
You're talking football.
I'm talking just football. Quarterbacks. Football. Is he
so it depends on your metric. If you're looking at championships, then obviously.
Yeah.
Because he's got 7 and Montana and Bradshaw have 4.
He's still ranked like in the top. I think he's 1 or 2. I don't remember if 1 or 2 was him and Breeze, right? 1 of them touchdown passes, right? It's him and Breeze, right?
And Manning is up there too. I don't remember the exact order.
I think they passed Manning.
But Manning's at worst number 3. So, but I mean, but a lot of that has to do with longevity as well. So the thing about,
is he better than Montana? Is he better?
So do you want to do a top 5 quarterback discussion? Is that what you want to do?
Not yet.
Okay.
Maybe we'll get there.
So
maybe we'll get there.
In my opinion, no.
Okay. We'll circle around.
There's a couple. Right? Let me just say something about this. Look, Brady's obviously ridiculously amazing, and you know you can make an argument for him being the GOAT, and it's an easy argument.
It is.
It's easy. It's really easy. He deserves whatever praise he gets. He deserves people arguing for him for the GOAT. I'm not going to say he doesn't. If you say he's the GOAT, great. I mean, he deserves that consideration because of what he's done in his career. It's unprecedented. It really is. But if I was to play devil's advocate and point out some nuances in what we're talking about here, his first 3 Super Bowls he won with mostly defense. Now, he played really well in the Super Bowl against Carolina, where it was kind of a shootout, but he had a lot of help from his kicker and from his defense. He
got down the field, though.
Not necessarily. He got into field goal range, which is not in position. Come on, a lot of quarterbacks get into position for a field goal. It's not GOAT territory. It's not. And his defense was nuts. His defense shut down the greatest show on turf. And you know what? I could even go further and say that there's a lot of quarterbacks that come into the league with a ton of expectation. He got his first Super Bowl with doing hardly anything. His claim to fame in that Super Bowl, he threw for like 150 yards in the Super Bowl. He got them in the field goal range at the end. Great. But not GOAT territory. But great. He got them in the field goal range. Vinatieri kicked the field goal. They won. They beat the greatest show on turf. The defense shut down the greatest show on turf. Kurt Warner far outplayed him in that game. Far outplayed him in that game. But the defense kept it close. He was able, with his 150 yards passing, to get in the field goal range at the end and win it. And that is, he came off the bench. Drew Bledsoe got hurt. He came off the bench. He was nobody. He was a 6th-round draft pick. Right away, there's no pressure on him. He's playing with house money the entire rest of his career. It's not the same as having expectation and having every time you get in the playoffs, people are waiting to see what you're going to do and watching. The entire world is watching every little mistake that you do. They're like, why are you doing that? What the fuck? What the fuck, Peyton? Why are you throwing that interception? Every little thing, right? But he also had Bill Belichick, who is arguably the greatest coach of all time.
Okay, but he won this one without Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick.
Yes.
He won this one.
Yes, with a diminished offensive line on the other side. And a great pass rush.
Right.
So there are nuances to the argument.
Okay. So let's do our top 5 favorite quarterbacks. Let's do it right now.
Okay.
Let's do it right the fuck now.
Okay. Like we drink the White Claw. Look at how happy he is with the White Claw.
Ooh, there he goes, baby.
Sparkles.
All right. Let's do it right. I'll go first.
Okay.
And my top 5 is kind of when I started watching football. Okay. This is not my top 5 of all time. This is my top 5 favorite quarterbacks to watch.
And that's what we're talking about, right? Favorite quarterbacks for whatever reason.
Whatever reason. my 5 to watch, live and just see their athleticism and everything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and go number 1 is Kurt Warner, only because.
Wait, you mean number 5 or number 1?
Sorry. Number 5 is Kurt Warner.
First on the list, number 5.
Yeah, Kurt Warner. He's such an amazing quarterback. He came out of nowhere, Arena Football League, right?
Yeah.
And fucking just won the Super Bowl. He won twice, right? Or once?
Once. He was, but he's 2-time league MVP.
Yeah. And in his Arizona time too, he was phenomenal.
The season he won the Super Bowl is incredible.
It's incredible.
Which
very, very much. So number 5 is Kurt Warner. Number 4, we go Michael Vick.
Michael Vick.
He was back in the day.
Your top 5?
Back in the day, he was so much fun just to watch. Even play on Madden on the PS2 or 3 or whatever.
Nintendo 64?
Nintendo 64, whatever it was.
But he couldn't throw.
He was so much fun to watch.
But
I know. He threw pretty good.
Okay. He threw the best in Philadelphia.
But still,
not in Atlanta.
I'm not going like how good he was. It was how awesome he was to watch on TV. He was a living highlight reel. Highlight reel.
Okay.
Really good.
Running quarterback.
Number 4. Number 3, I'm going to go Phillip Rivers.
What the fuck are we talking about here?
Chargers.
This is nuts, okay? We've officially gone off the rails.
Hey, this is his number 5.
Number 3, during my time of watching football, Phillip Rivers was really fun to watch.
Okay.
He had that ridiculously throwing arm.
It's a shot put.
And he was very accurate with it. And besides his later years, he started throwing interceptions, but he was really
accurate.
Throwing
ducks.
He was still accurate. Even this year, he was very accurate. Very good.
He had an offensive line.
Yeah, very
good. Speaking of the Super Bowl, he had an offensive line.
He did make
makes a huge difference.
Still fun to watch. I enjoyed him.
Okay.
Number 2, I'm going to go Eli Manning. You know why?
Deuce.
You know why?
Deuce, because of 2 Super Bowls.
Because he beat fucking
Brady.
Beat Brady.
You know what? Hey, I love me some Eli. I do love him, and I watched both of those playoff runs with huge interest because that was
the first one.
It was my daughter's favorite team at the time, but she was a toddler.
Yeah,
she just happened to pick the Giants, so I was watching that team intently in every single game of that playoff run. The first one, like what you're talking about, that playoff run, he played incredible in that postseason run. People forget it wasn't just the Super Bowl.
No.
Every game of that playoff run, he played incredible. From the regular season, where they didn't play that great.
They were 9-7, I believe, right?
They were 10-6. The second time they won, they were 9-7.
They were like
the second wild
card. Seed. They're the 6th seed.
Yeah.
And they fucking beat the fucking undefeated Patriots.
What happened to him? I mean, he
retired.
He retired. But what happened to him before that? He was just not doing good.
Their team sucked.
He was all right.
Okay. He was okay. The team sucked.
But I think that's the reason why he's my number 2, because he beat Tom Brady twice.
It's still interesting to put him number 2 though.
So he took 2 rings from Brady. He could have 9 right now.
Yeah,
close to that 10.
Good. Number 1.
Tom Brady.
Has to be.
No, I'm kidding. Who is it?
Peyton Manning.
Oh, Peyton.
Has to be Peyton Manning.
Attaboy. I like it.
Peyton Manning.
I like it.
He is such an architect of offense. And he's so fun to watch. Just before the snap, before he snaps the ball, he's fun to watch. He's coming up here. I'm gonna fucking he knows defense so well, and he's so fun to watch on TV. 2 Super Bowls, number 1, man, number 1 in my time of watching football. He's number 1.
I respect that. I love me some Peyton. Yeah. I honestly, you know what's funny is, I honestly feel like he's underrated.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Because of everybody's counts rates. But everybody forgets the great playoff games he's had, because he had great. I saw him play playoff games that were amazing, but everybody, all they want to talk about is the losing playoff games.
Yeah, that's true.
That's it. And all they want to talk about is the Patriots, and I got something to say about that. So let's get into my top 5. Without further ado, so my top 5 starts number 5. I'm going Kurt Warner.
All right. Hey.
Same number 5.
Right.
I love Kurt Warner.
Okay.
So that season that we talked about that he had, where he was the MVP of the league, he was the first quarterback since Dan Marino's insane season in 1984 when Dan Marino threw 48 touchdowns, which was absolutely unheard of. Kurt Warner was the first quarterback in 1999 since that time, so 15 years, to hit 40 touchdowns. And it was his first season as a starter.
He had 49.
And he was no, that was Peyton Manning.
All right.
And he was a backup quarterback. And he was working at a grocery store the year before.
Yeah. Like, fuck.
So,
come on.
He was a backup. He came off the bench in the preseason. Nobody knew who the hell he was. And had the second greatest quarterback season of all time. Out of nowhere.
Exactly.
MVP of the league. Super Bowl MVP. Super Bowl champion. Done.
What team was that?
See you. The Rams.
St. Louis Rams.
Insane. Mm-hmm. He got hurt the next year. The next year after that, played out of his mind, league MVP again. They met the Patriots in the Super Bowl. The Patriots defense shut him down, but he still outplayed Tom Brady in that Super Bowl by far. And he actually took the lead at the end, but Tom Brady got them in the field goal range. Vinatieri kicked a fucking 48-yard field goal and won the game. Rest is history for the Patriots. Yeah. But Kurt Warner got them there. He was the first quarterback to take two separate franchises to the Super Bowl. Yeah. Did the same thing with the Cardinals. Took them down the field, took the lead at the end, and his defense once again let him down, let the other quarterback go down the field. I think that was the Steelers, right? Let the other quarterback go down the field, this time for a touchdown, not for a field goal. Kurt Warner
questionable too.
But Kurt Warner played his ass off in all three Super Bowls he was in. Won one of them. Two-time league MVP out of nowhere. Probably the greatest football story ever.
I agree.
Easily. Number 4. I'm going Steve Young. So I love me some Steve Young. I'm a 49er guy. So Steve Young, if quite possibly could be the greatest quarterback ever numbers-wise if he had actually played his entire career as a starter. He spent 2 seasons in the USFL. 2 seasons with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which is the worst team in the league at the time. He has 0 help. And then 3 seasons backing up Joe Montana. So if he was actually starting all those years, his numbers would probably rival Peyton and Breeze and Brady. And he was more athletic than them. He was a slightly slower Michael Vick, right?
Yeah,
but crafty, super crafty. He was kind of like Russell Wilson, except he could run for yards like Michael Vick would, and a much better, 10 times better passer than Michael Vick was. He still holds records for highest passer rating seasons and stuff like that. Aaron Rodgers might have broken it since then, actually, because Aaron Rodgers never throws an interception. But
how many? He played 49ers. How many Super Bowls did he win?
One.
And since that, have they won again?
No.
Yeah, so he was the last one.
And by the way, he has the greatest Super Bowl performance of all time. He threw 6 touchdowns and 0 interceptions in the Super Bowl, and just absolutely destroyed the Chargers.
And what year was that? He won
94, I think. And 94.
The 49ers haven't been back since.
No. They've been back. They haven't won.
I know they've been back, but they haven't won since.
No. Yeah. So.
All right.
Steve Young, if he had a full career as a starter, his numbers would be up there with the top quarterbacks of all time. And he's more athletic and just as good of a passer and hugely underrated. He deserves a lot of credit. Number 3, I'm going to go John Elway.
Yeah.
So Johnny, my boy Johnny Elway, big fucking monster arm, super athletic. Could run all over the place, but just had a cannon of an arm. He was Patrick Mahomes long before Patrick Mahomes. He didn't put up near the numbers, but that's because the league was totally different. It wasn't a passing league; it was a running league, so it was totally different. He made 5 Super Bowls, 3 of them with a team that was garbage. Yeah. He was LeBron with the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? He took a garbage Broncos team to the Super Bowl 3 times single-handedly.
Yeah,
and then the 2 times when he actually had a supporting cast, they won outright easily.
Damn right.
So, yeah, he's a god. Number 2, I'm going to go Peyton.
Yeah.
Peyton. I love me some Peyton. So we already kind of talked about a little with your top 5, but so everybody wants to talk about the losses in the playoffs and the Patriots.
Yeah.
And that's the thing what always kind of chaps my ass because he actually has a winning record against the Patriots in the playoffs. He's 3-2 against the Patriots in the playoffs. He's 2-1 in AFC championships against the Patriots, right? Which was his arch nemesis.
It is. It definitely
that was his arch nemesis, but people forget about that. And they also forget about he was 0-2 to start, right? The Patriots knocked him out twice. And then they get to that AFC championship game when he won his first Super Bowl. And he goes down 21-3 on a pick six.
Yeah.
On a pick six to end. And it's like, we're all like sitting around going like, here we go all over again. He throws a pick six. It's 21-3. And he comes out in the second half and absolutely shreds that defense. Shreds them. In the AFC Championship against the Patriots, the dynasty. He ended that first dynasty because they were going for the fourth Super Bowl at that point. That's true. He ended it. Boom. And then the Patriots didn't come back in the Super Bowl for him until later, and then Eli.
Eli, baby.
So Eli got there. So, but people forget that. And then another good example is the second time, not the second time, the third time he made the Super Bowl, or second time, whatever it was, when he lost to the Saints. But in the AFC Championship game, the Jets had the number one defense that year, and he absolutely shredded them. He took them apart. But so we forget about that. We always want to talk about the losses in the playoffs. We forget about the good stuff he did in the playoffs. What he does in the regular season is well documented. He's got passing numbers up the ass.
He's now a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
now,
he's amazing.
He's good.
He's amazing. He's amazing. Number one is my boy Joseph Montana. I gotta go with my boy Joe.
Of course.
I gotta go with my boy Joe. Yeah. 4 Super Bowls, 4-0. No interceptions in the Super Bowl. 11 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Joe Cool. Again, the league was different. It wasn't a passing league like with Peyton and with Brady where they throw the ball over the yard. It was a running league. The defenses could mug the shit out of receivers off the line. They could mug the shit out of receivers down the field. They could beat the hell out of the quarterback. The reason why Brady's lasted so long is because the rules protect the quarterback now. The rules and Joe Montana was small. He's a little guy. And they could kill him back then. They could hit the shit out of him and nobody would throw a flag. Nobody would turn a blind eye. Did not matter. You breathe on Tom Brady and they throw a flag now. So it was a different league. And that should be taken into account because you look at Joe Montana's numbers and you're like, oh, Brady's got way better numbers and he's got more Super Bowls and he's greater. But
just protect him too.
But it's different. It's just different. There is nuance there to the argument. Like I said before, if you want to have Tom Brady as your number one, you can make a great argument, and I could not necessarily argue against you. I could say, yeah, you're right. He's great. He is great, but he ain't in my top 5.
He ain't in my top 5 either.
Cheers.
Cheers to that. Let's go cheers. Enjoy your White Claw.
Oh, I got to cheer your White Claw, man.
Cheer your White Claw.
How are you enjoying this?
It's pretty good.
It's not
bad,
stuff,
not bad.
So who are your top 5 quarterbacks?
We're not going to get into that.
What do you got?
Leaving us hanging.
You got to talk about what you got going on.
What do I got going on?
What do you talk about sports?
I don't follow traditional sports. I follow strongman, weightlifting, Olympic weightlifting, bodybuilding. That's what I've been into.
Yeah.
There is a boxing match going on soon. I believe it's going to be at the end of the year. Hafthor Bjornsson and Eddie Hall. They're 2 world's strongest man. Yeah. Hafthor played in Game of Thrones. He was the Mountain.
Yeah, the Mountain.
And Eddie Hall won World's Strongest Man, I believe, in 2017.
Yeah.
They are doing a boxing match.
Okay.
All right.
On Core Sports. They are both being paid a good amount of money to fight the fuck out of each other.
So here's we don't get into it here because, it's kind of niche, but I'm a huge, gigantic boxing fan.
Oh, you're going to love this match?
I've been watching, hold on. I've been watching it since I was a little kid. I understand the sport in and out, all the nuances, all the little tricks and the sweet science, as they call it, because it is extremely technical sport, probably the most technical sport out there because it's so refined in its one little discipline. Unlike MMA, which is more of a cavalcade of a bunch of things.
Multiple disciplines.
Boxing is so refined in its one little niche, it gets extremely technical. So the problem I have with matches like this is they tend to be really sloppy compared to actual refined boxers. Now, it's still cool to see 2 big, strong motherfuckers go in there and try to knock the shit out of each other. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
It'll still be fun.
Yeah.
But do you feel like it could get a little ugly because it's...
Of course it can get ugly. But we're not paying for this show for the technicality. We're paying for entertainment.
Sure. Yeah.
We're going to see a 6'10".
It's a train wreck. You're paying for a train wreck.
We're going to see a 6'10" strongman from Iceland battling a 6'4" from England. Mm-hmm. Both 2 world strongest men. Both pushed amazing numbers in deadlift, overhead, carrying 1,200 pounds on their back to fight each other. Can you just the audacity?
Doesn't mean they know how to throw a good punch.
No, but this is just gonna be a cool fight.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
We're paying for entertainment, just like they paid for Conor McGregor and the other guy.
Yeah, well, that's different because Floyd Mayweather is an accomplished boxer. He's one of the greatest technical boxers of all time, and Conor McGregor is at least an MMA fighter, so he has at least some skill. Now, to be fair, it was a circus, and Floyd carried McGregor throughout the whole fight,
very much, yes,
and Floyd has pillows for hands, right? He doesn't have knockout power, and he hasn't had it in a decade.
But we pay for entertainment.
Sure. So, but it's different than having two strong men go in there and put on gloves and throw at each other. No, it'd still be fun. I don't want to.
But you know, it's good that other aspects of sport are blending together. Like,
sure.
Why not? Why not do this?
Why not?
These are they're both retired. They're done. Eddie Hall retired. Thor retired.
You know what would be really cool, and I don't know because I'm not following it like you are, but it would be really cool to understand if they hired like a really good trainer. Yeah. It was like, hey, train me up, get my jab going. Yeah. Let me use the 6'10" guy's got to learn how to use that reach, right? He's got to keep him on the outside, get that jab going with that fucking big ass frame with a right cross coming down, and
he connects. If he connects,
Chris, they do have trainers though. They've always
training.
I was just curious, like
year, right?
I'm just curious, like how in depth it is.
Yeah. They've had over 2 years of training.
Okay, 2 years.
So Thor has already had a match.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. I forgot who he fought, but he actually went into a legit boxing match.
How was it?
Referee and everything. It was good.
Yeah.
He was sloppy. Mm-hmm. He went against someone who's actually been boxing for 10, 15 years. But it was a good fight. Eddie Hall is a street fighter. He grew up fighting the streets, and he's also being taught from an expert. Mm-hmm. So they are both have their own respective people teaching them the sport and teaching them, and they are dedicated. They're not doing their strongman. They're focusing on this boxing match.
I would be interested to see how that, because it's an interesting social experiment because boxing, to be a good boxer, it takes almost decades of muscle memory.
Exactly.
Right? Because it's so technical. So they usually start at a very young age and decades of training. So it'd be interesting social experiment to say if you have a really good trainer who really knows what he's doing, put you in this. They're athletic guys, obviously, right? They have
good footwork, everything.
Yeah. Right. They're athletic, and to be able to do strongman stuff, you have to have good fundamentals, right?
Exactly.
You have to know how to use your legs and your feet. Now, boxing is a totally different animal because it's more rhythmic and it's more movement based, but it's still. These are still athletic stuff.
These are athletes.
Yes.
An athlete is an athlete.
I agree.
An athlete is trained in a certain aspect of his training. He's an expert, but that makes him an athlete. They can still branch out and get good at something else. They're not going to be perfect.
Sure.
But that's why you got two people that both have some kind of background, and they're going to be taught by experts, and they have a time frame to go into it. So they have the same exact.
It's an equal playing field.
It's an equal playing field. And why not watch two huge brutes fight each other? So you know,
that's pretty cool too. Pretty cool.
So that should, I think that airs October, November, December, around that time. I don't know the exact date, but it's going to be through Core Sports, and you can watch it on CoreSports.com. You just sign up, and it's free.
Interesting.
Badass.
And I also wanted to bring up, I started a YouTube channel. It's Ryan Lockhart, or Lockhart's Powerhouse. I introduced my first video last week. It's a bodybuilding strongman cycle for shoulders and chest. I go over log press, bench press, strict press, and hypertrophy for the triceps. This week I'll be releasing a same cycle, but for the legs, doing quad focus. It'll be squats, yoke walk, and leg press. It's a cycle. I'm going to do a 4-video cycle on this, and then after that, I'm going to get into supplements, training, and other aspects. So just keep an eye on my channel. It's Ryan Lockhart's my channel name, or you can look up Ryan Lockhart's Powerhouse. It's all in my garage gym. Check it out. I just started the channel, but like and subscribe it and follow me, and I go over all the aspects.
I know Steve will be there working out.
I will be working out with him. Hey, I'm losing weight.
You're gonna be pumping it.
I'm pumping it, baby.
Pumping it. I need to get there too. Don't get me wrong. I need to get there.
All right. Well, I think that wraps up our sports segment. Hopefully you enjoyed your White Claw for losing the Super Bowl bet, you motherfucker.
I mean, I'm ready for a beer.
Ready for a beer?
You're ready for one of these.
It's fucking seltzer water. And it's not.
How good are these dead guys?
These are pretty good.
They're good.
So, yeah, you guys the Dead Guy Ale, right?
Dead Guy Ale.
You guys need to review that.
It's a pretty good beer. There you go, buddy.
No quarterback game, huh?
Huh?
No quarterback game?
Not right now. Maybe next month we'll do a quarterback game. We'll keep you posted on that one. Quarterbacks are moving like crazy in the NFL, but we'll get you next month on episode 11.
Next month we're going to do top 5 linebackers of all time.
There you go. You'll enjoy that one, right? You'll subscribe to that one, right? Thank you. Cheers to ya.
See you guys.